Well, hey folks, how you doing? Welcome to the podcast. It's Richard Lake here, continuing where I left off from. If you've missed any of the episodes, don't forget to head off to my channel, just click on my name and you can watch any of the previous episodes back whenever you want. So what's been happening since I last spoke to you? Well, finally finished that parkour. Took most of the day to do it, and I've been through the big next city of Litmont, something like that. Just on the way out, I spotted a McDonald's. I was like, right, I'm getting into that. So I had a McDonald's. In fact, I just missed part of the story out. Before then, I always planned to go into sport. I mentioned it in the previous episode even. And that was that my previous backpack, I had to kind of makeshifted it back together because it was broken. So I've got a proper backpack now, reasonably lightweight. They did not have any camelbacks, so never mind. It's got loads of compartments and things. They hope, or rather, it's kind of a backup if the saddlebag completely breaks, I can use this. And also, it's organising my kit a bit better as well. There's things which I need often, several times a day, like lube, sun cream, lube roll. They can go all in there. As can shopping. Whenever I visit the shops, I can get extra stuff and stick in there as well. Some of these bloody places visited are quite remote and don't see anything for a while, so it's nice. Put a little bits of food in there, some bigger items of food, like large packets of crisps, that sort of thing. So as I'm going up yet another little incline, where am I, you probably want to know? Well, I don't really know. Off to my left, there's a little castle perched up on a mound of earth, and on the right is all those hills that I went through earlier. Is it Bohemian, I think? Not too sure, can't remember now. My geography's not that good, apart from north, south, east, west. Talking of north, south, east, west, basically I'm heading south and west now, 750 kilometres to CP2, and the idea is really to try and cut that down as much as possible and make stuff up on the way, try to take more shortcuts and things. Need to finish by Sunday at 6 PM, which is 70 hours from now. Hello. So, a bit of a crossroads just then, off to the left, and that's running south, but towards that mound of earth. So I'm looking at big, huge features on the landscape and going around them, which is pretty much what my route does. My routes have been doing in the main, is just try to keep the elevation profile as low as possible without going around too many, cutting across too many times. Although I have learnt on comments and that lot, my route from the start to CP1 was much more southerly than anybody else's or most people's. Having said that, I did actually see three faces on and off the route at that time, so not completely on my own. Bumped into one of the riders called Adam Parkinson a few times. I think he's from London. I bumped into him previous to this event. We did an Audax 2018, I think it was, one of the Welsh Audaxes. I always remember, really colourful character, and he just wanted to be in front of the camera to be heard and seen, but in a good way. So I let him have his piece, big beaming smile on his face. So Alan's here today on this 2 weekend Transcontinental Race. You know, I'm making good progress now actually off onto the flat bit. Hopefully that will keep me going for as long as possible. Although this next stage are loaded into the garment, 200 kilometres, most have 2,500 metres climbing it. But compared to earlier, when I did 80 kilometres, or 120 kilometres, it was at 3.3 thousand metres. That was crazy numbers. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to probably speak to you again tomorrow, share you some more stories. Just let you know what the plan is this evening. I'm going to try and stop about 11. I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. Stop at 11 and get going and gone, literally on my bike and gone at 5 o'clock in the morning. I want a good block of sleep. Because like I said, 70 hours to get this done. I've done the maths. 750 by 70. I took 10 hours off sleep, 2 5s. I took another 5 off for faffing. So that's 55 hours. If you divide that down, you get a speed average of 13.4 kilometers an hour. Doesn't sound a lot, does it? So that's a near guesstimate. Tractor. But it gives me an idea, ballpark figure. Basically, I just got to keep riding, keep going those hills as quick as I can. And the final day, Sunday, well, the final day up to CP2, that is, Sunday, Stevio, Paso de Gavia. Yes. So I'm really looking forward to next. Right, anyway, I'll speak to you again in the morning. Well, hello. Good morning. Well, it's fresher in mind. I'll tell you about the overnight sleeping arrangements. So last night, I was looking around about 11:15, as I planned. Just find somewhere 11 o'clock, that's close enough. It wasn't ideal, but I started sitting down. It was a little bit too close to the house, so somebody must have heard me rustling and sent the dog out. In the back garden. It didn't go and get me or maul me or anything like that. It just made me move really quickly and get out of there. So I kept looking around, kept hearing dogs in the distance, thinking, oh, I've just upset somebody. Must have been out 2-3 kilometres later, seemed like ages. Happened upon another little village, Villaniche, and there was one of those little white prayer rooms. It's called a prayer room, you know, with a bell on the top, like a big huge bell on the roof, and I slept in there undisturbed. I don't think I slept very well though. So tonight, for the first time, I'm going to go in a B&B, I think. Yeah, I'll be on Friday. Is it Friday today? And first time, I think I'm going to head for B&B. So yeah, very eventful evening. So it's 6:30 now, way a little bit later than planned. I gave myself an extra 45, I think, in the end, which I don't think I made the full use of. Anyway, that's the time. Speak to you soon. Hello again, folks. It's now good evening, 7:30. You might hear a whirling noise. It's not the wheel, it's the pedal cell kicking in, which is charging up my power bank. First time I've had to give it some welly, so I've chosen to do it on the some relatively flat sections of the ride. This stage that I've loaded. So let's just talk about that briefly. Stages. I split the route into pieces, which just happen to be called stages in the file name. Some of those are the parkours. One of those is the start, one is the end. One is got a ferry in the title. That is much later on in the day. Oh, tractor. Oh, that was always a surprise. Just had to move on to the grass. Big white tractor. It was a big white tractor. Why are there always tractors and not tractors? Anyway, after that interruption, which may be another one. What was I saying? Routes, stages. Yes, basically split them all up. There's about 25 altogether. Plus the 2, and from at the start, even the small little details, including the hotel. At the beginning, they put on a chill hotel for riders to go to if they wanted to. I'm not sure many people did, but it was there available if anybody wanted to perhaps go to sleep before the start of the race. Anyway, about today's riding since I was speaking to you last. I can't remember what I was telling you last time. It's been such a long day. It's going to get even longer as well. I've literally just got off again, back in Germany a couple hours ago. Bit of a thunderstorm ahead, so I was looking for places to stop because I'm not at the sharp end of the race. I'm not looking for a time, so I could see it coming. I was on the lookout for places, and in the very last second I pulled in, started throwing it down. And the place that I pulled in at to see was one of these milk places, litre of milk for €1. So I was straight in there, and it was actually quite a good use of time because I was contemplating what I'm about to tell you I'm going to do, and I was going to contemplate go all the way through the night. So that's my intention, to go all the way through the night and try and sleep somewhere tomorrow afternoon or morning. It's something I've seldom done since 2020. I've mentioned it before in various videos on my channel that when COVID kicked in, my patterns for the Audax rides changed. I didn't like cycling through the night. It's weird. That's humans for you, isn't it? So yeah, kind of out of the habit of doing that. Of course I did it on the very first night. There was no choice, I had to. Started 10 PM. So now train, I'm making the conscious choice to get this done. I know how far the next control point is. 400 and oh, I've forgotten. So 498, 458 kilometers. Right, it's just negotiating a junction there. I don't have an amazing amount of time to do it. So I've got 498, let's say that. It's Friday evening, about 2 days exactly. So that's my thinking. Ride all the way through tonight, a couple hours with the heat of tomorrow, when it's at its hottest part of the day, and then keep going into Austria, and basically I want a full day up daylight really up the Stelvio and the Passo di Gavia, so it really depends how it's going to fall. I might be going up Passo di Gavia, the Stelvio overnight. I'm not sure. I think the chances are I'll be going up there very first thing. That's what I'm going to aim for. Very first thing Sunday, 2 mountain passes. Hopefully the weather's cracking, and then that'll just give me, you know, if I leave like 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, that'll give me 13 hours to get up to that control point, which should be enough, I'd hope. There should be no gravel, no surprises. I know what's coming. Some really quiet backtracks now. Sign up ahead on the scarp says Alfenstadt. There's a body of water coming up on the left. I don't know what it's going to be. And on my right, rail tracks. Looks like a cycleway I'm on, but who knows. Looking down at my feet, I brought my shoe covers with me. I was thinking about throwing those away and not bothering carrying them with me, but that's my weakness, is the rain, to be honest. If I was it was 20 years ago and I was at the sharp end, as they put it, of this race, then I'd do all that hard stuff, but I'm calculating the time left remaining to just finish it. That's all I'm doing. Still putting in a hard effort. Anybody who finishes this is putting in a hard effort. Not cruising around. You can't cruise around. You've got to try and do it in the allocated time. Right, what else did I want to finish with? I had something that was just crossing my mind just then. Shoe covers. I was going to try and throw those away, but anyway, I've got them. Right, crossing line. Level crossing, make sure to be coming. Whew. Yes. Oh, loving this. I love it when you're following a train track. It's just traffic free. Oh, cycle tourists coming the other way. Hello. Right, what else did I want to tell you? Yes, I'm going to be cycling all the way through the night and into tomorrow, so yeah, I think that's all you really need to know from me. Got a couple more minutes left on this podcast, so let's see what happens overnight. Well, good morning, folks. Not much to say really, apart from annoyed with myself. I thought I was further on than I actually was. It was about 85k away from the route. I thought it was more like 10 or something. Then it started raining again, and I was eyeing up bus stops instead of thinking just put a jacket on. No, I was like, let's find bus stops. Then I went for a bus stop, and there was somebody in the one I wanted. And then just on the left, 100 yards, another one. I thought, sorry, I deserve to go in there. Probably didn't deserve it, but alas, it's now done. I've got a few hundred kilometres to go before the next CP, and not a lot of time to do it, so just going to put my head down, concentrate, try and get it done in time. Right, hope you enjoyed this podcast. I'll see you in the next one soon. Take care. Bye bye.